And here's the last portion of the practice portion of session 3. As you noticed, it's been kind of progressive, right? We started out and we got a little more progressive. We ended here, so let's take our trainer and turn it around. Place it at this side of the mat. Shift a little bit. If you've been looking to the side, this will give you a chance to turn your head to the other side for a little while, which is always helpful to get evened out there. Come up to your feet. You have to kind of be aware of this space between your shoulder and your hip for this one. If you get your hands and your ankles closer together, then your shoulders and your hips will wind up rounding like this. To get pulled out, let's come up to the center and walk the feet in so the feet feel like they're in the center and they're right under the hip joint. It's kind of like a quadruped, but on your hands and feet. And then your shoulders are right over your wrists. Let's go right arm forward, left leg back for standing spinal balance. You could press down a little bit, or you can come up and lift. Lift through the belly first, and then you may place that hand back on your hip, the one that was on the cushion. Now replace the hand that was on the cushion. Keep the same leg up, your left leg up, but now bring your right hand to your chest and turn your chest to your right. You're turning into your standing leg for revolved half moon. Slide that right hand up to your shoulder and then reach for the sky with your right arm. Reach back with your left leg. Revolved half moon. You got a lot of prep for this. Doing this cold wouldn't be fun, but we kind of opened up some spaces for this challenging posture. Take your time, breathe in, one more. Exhale. Both hands come down to the corners. Step your back foot inside the trainer. That's your left foot. Step your right foot back and over to the right side for a pyramid with straight legs. Ground into your right hand right in the center of the cushion and peel up through your left side. Left arm reaches up. Push that left hip back. Slide the right hip forward. Move the tail back. Move the crown and the chest forward. Instead of reaching back behind you, reach straight up a little bit more from your bottom hand to your top hand. And let your neck be long as you gaze slightly forward and up. One more breath. Releasing down. Pyramid pose. Forward bend into pyramid. Soften the knees as much as you need to. Straighten them as you exhale. Come up and place your hands on the front of the cushion. Pick up that, actually step out through your left foot. Take your feet wide, squat and bring your trainer back so you can have a seat. Just for simplicity's sake, you can turn towards the screen, so it doesn't matter which side you do first. Make sure you feel the front of your sit bones, not the cushion in your glutes, but up onto your thigh creases at the base of your glutes and the top of your thigh bone to help you sit up tall. Take your left arm up in the air, breathe in. Get a little taller. Turn to your right side. Bring that left arm across your midline and lift your right arm up on your next in-breath. Turn to the right, reach back. See which part of the trainer is organic, intuitive, helpful, beneficial for you. Now with that twist, you're twisting to the right. See if without leaning back into your right hand, if you can use your core to sit up straight and lift your right knee up. Maybe you'll hold the knee, and this is enough for you. Maybe you'll slide down and hold the outer leg and lift it up a little bit. Or there's a possibility, without leaning back too much, that you can take your left hand and take the outer edge of your right foot into your twist. And then there's a possibility that you could let go of the trainer and sit up as vertically as you can, bringing your weight forward toward your right foot rather than back away from it. Breathing in and completely out. Bring your back hand down, your knee to your chest. Put your right foot down. Inhale, forward, hinging at the hip joint. Exhale, take a forward bend. Let your feet come wide on the mat as you stand up. Pick up your trainer, move it forward where it was, and bring your shoulders in. If you need to watch first, please watch. Coming into a tuck, and from this tuck, squeeze in through your belly, use your hands, and use your ankles and your knees to push off. Try to tap. Actually, there's no ankles and knees in this one, there's just core and hands. Just tap, just dip the toe in the water, and then come into a really tight ball. Just squeeze in tight, dip the toe in the water. Relax your neck. Woo. Dip it. Oh, control with your core, breathe. Nice and tight. Heels nice and close to the butt. Knees nice and close to the chest. Give yourself a break off of those hands when you roll back. One more time on each side. Now ninja-like, feather-like, floating. You just practiced for this. Tap those toes down, come onto your knees, forearms on the cushion or any kind of child's pose that you like. Catch your breath. Hands to the frames, up to your feet. Just like before, when you walk your hands up to the front and your shoulders are up here over the front of the trainer, you have to adjust your legs so your ankles stay directly under your hips. We're shooting for vertical arms and vertical legs, not TP or reverse TP. Oh, left arm goes forward, right leg goes back. Keep lifting through your belly. Add that little pelvic tilt, that cat tilt. Maybe the leg will come down when you do that. I don't care. It's not important to get the leg up. It's important to stay with your core, with your breath. Last breath here. Bring both hands down. You're turning, pressing down into your right hand. Right leg is still back. Left hand slides up your right arm, it slides across your chest, reaches for the sky, revolved half moon. Fire up that back leg. Lengthen your whole body forward and back. Press down through your right hand to reach up through your left hand. You're prepared for this. Take another breath, feel it. Be with it, present. Both hands down. Love it. Step the back foot inside the trainer. Your right foot's inside your trainer. Your left foot goes off to the left as it steps back. Straighten your legs. Left hand comes to the center. You're turning in the opposite direction this time. Right arm sweeps up. Revolve triangle. How does it feel if you slide your right thigh bone back? This is a tutorial course, not an experience so much, just practice. But really pay attention to your right thigh bone moving back, your left hip moving forward, your whole spine lengthening. The arms reaching fingertips to fingertips. Long. I hear some good breath going on here and at home. Both hands coming down. Step your front leg out. Come wide onto your mat. That trainer comes to the back so you can have a seat on it. Find those hip creases at the bottom of your butt. Release. Enjoy the moment. Doesn't rest feel so much better after work or play? It's like food tastes so much better when we're really hungry. Take your right arm up, breathe in, lengthen side body. Come across to your left with your right arm. Take your left arm up, breathe in. And reach it back behind you. Locate some part of the trainer that feels yummy, supportive. Without leaning back into your left hand, but using your core to sit up and move a little bit forward towards your left leg. You could try lifting that left knee up. Hold the outer thigh, hold the knee. Try bringing your right hand on the outside of your left leg. And that'll help you get your right shoulder more forward. It'll help you bring your left shoulder back. And then you can slide down the outside of that leg. Or you might be able to grab your foot. Maybe you can release the trainer with your left arm. Vertical. A little bit forward to come to vertical. Tipping forward to come to vertical. You can use that right foot for stability. Now lengthen up to the sky. Tuck your chin in and back. Lengthen up to the sky with the crown of your head. Come back around. Forward bend. We're in such a yummy place now to lower ourselves down to the earth and find the bottom of the shoulder blades, the bottom tip of the shoulder blades. Now, I didn't mention this before, but if you have a short spine, you might need to put a cushion or a block or something under your hips when we do these kinds of things, because trainers one size, all the spines are different lengths. Mine happens to be very long, so if you feel like you can't get this position by moving your hips all the way back, then you need to elevate your hips a little bit. But I need to move my hips forward to get to the base of my shoulder blades because I have a longer spine. Let's walk the feet out a little bit and take the right ankle across it onto the left thigh. If that's hard with your foot there, just take your left foot out more. And you can walk your left foot back until it feels just right. Bring your hands behind your head. Let your hands feel like a hammock with your thumbs drawing up your neck so that you're tractioning out your neck, but you're also releasing the whole weight of your head into your hands, which is helping your chest expand. Look up. Push down through your left foot and lift your hips up. Open up the front of your left hip. Let that right knee draw out to the side. Lower down. We'll do that 2 more times. Breathe in, lift up. This time, take the right arm, reach it back. Hips up, right arm back. Both hands behind the head, lower the hips. Tuck the chin. Lift up, left arm back. Hips high, squeeze the belly in. Lower and hold right here. And if you feel like you could take a little more, draw that left foot in just a little bit. Keep the extension of the spine back over the trainer. Inhale, open the elbows. Exhale, round the upper back and bring the elbows together. Inhale, extend the thoracic spine back over the trainer. Exhale, squeeze the belly. Feel the shoulder blades come apart. One more time. Now open wide and take a little side bend to your right. Keep your right hand behind your head. Send your left arm up and out. Put your left hand behind your head. Breathe into the center. Think length between the vertebrae, space between the vertebrae. Side bend to the left. And then while you're there, extend the right arm. Push that right hip towards the earth. Reach through the right fingers. Look up. Beautiful. Wonderful. Come back to center. Undo your legs. Sit up tall and let your knees fall to one side. To the other a few times. And then as they fall towards me, flip yourself around to straddle your trainer. You may take a cushion, block, put it under your hips to elevate the back of the pelvis to get the pelvis to pour the water out the front. Tip the pelvis forward. Reach for the far end of the trainer and lift up those legs. And pull your rib cage forward and your shoulder blades together. Breathe in. Keep that length through your spine that you just made with the inhale as you go forward. And drop your forehead towards the trainer. Feel the length. Pull the head out. Long crown coming out of the tail. Pick up the legs. Sit up tall. Pull your shoulders into your back. Exhale forward. Last one. Still using your core to stabilize, still engaging until this next portion where I really want you to fully surrender. I'm going to move my trainer forward a little bit so it catches the crown of my head, and let the trainer catch my floppy arms, and let the hips and the legs sink into the earth. If you have discomfort in your knees, you can roll up towels under each of your knees. You can use that cushion for the back of your pelvis. Grab onto your trainer, the far edge. Take a nice long stretch. Lift the crown of your head so it feels like it's coming into alignment with your spine. Draw your shoulder blades back to sit up from the core, and then drop that trainer back down. Bring your calves on top of the cushion and your back to the ground. Bring your forearms together right over your face, palms together. Feel the shoulder blades spread wide. Now I want you to feel those shoulder blades tuck underneath, flatten, like sandwich, between your back ribs and the ground. Let your arms come out to the side and stretch your arms out like a T. Now relax through the scapula, sandwiched in there. Relax through the low ribs, through the hips. And let your head roll side to side. Let's take the left leg off to the side and draw the left knee towards the left elbow. Keep the knee bent. And slowly roll to the left hip, bring the right knee on top. You can take a cushion here, place it between your knees or under the bottom knee. If you draw your feet slightly away from the trainer, you might notice something different, or you could draw your knees a little closer to your left elbow. And let your head turn softly to the right. Roll all the way over onto your left side. Push yourself up with your hands. Take your back towards the trainer. Feet away and find the base of the shoulder blades again. Left ankle on top of the right thigh. Walk the right foot in to your tolerance level, ease and stability. It's raining.
No, it's my trainer. It's groaning.
Oh, try to move it forward. It's falling off the back of the mat. Sometimes the trainers slide. All right, let's lift up. Lift up, hands behind the head. Lift your hips. Feel that opening in the front of your right hip. Breathe in. Fill your body with breath to help it have spaciousness. And lower. Exhale. This time, left arm goes back. Lift up. Left arm reaches. Right hand stays to support the head. Exhale, both hands behind the head, hips towards the cushion or the block or the ground. We're still at the base of our shoulder blades. Pick the hips up, breathe in. Right arm goes back. Lower hips, both hands behind your head. And once you ground down, make sure you're right at the tip of your shoulder blades, and you could be on the cushion. You might draw your right foot in a little bit. Add a little bit of stability to this ankle by making it a foot that you could stand on. If it's all wonky, you can't stand on that foot so much, but you can stand on a 90-degree angle, keeping these ligaments safe, also keeping your ligaments in your knee safe. Arms behind the head. Inhale, lean back, look up, open up, breathe in. Exhale, chin down, elbows together, round the upper back. Take your time, 2 more. Lean back, extend your upper back. Take a side bend to your left side and reach out with that right arm. Feel right hip to fingers. Back to center. Lean to the right. Push down through the left hip. Hold the head with the right hand to support that head so you can look up. And reach your left arm like you really want something. Like it's just beyond your reach. Notice what you feel, where you feel it. I might be able to connect this all the way to my knee. Back to center. Hands behind your head, open up, look up. Lower your chin. Let your hands come down. Release your leg off and switch your knees from side to side. Now flip around, turn around, and face your trainer. Straddle. Let that pelvis pour forward. Reach for the legs on the opposite side. Remember, you've got that option to support your knees or support the back of your pelvis. Lift up, tall. The more this trainer is in front of you, the more it's going to draw you out. So the legs might not even come to the ground. I just moved it forward. The legs don't even come to the ground, but it's serving that purpose. Is it working for you? That's always my question. Shoulders gliding down the back, sitting tall, chin drawing back, breathing in. The hip hinge brings us forward, and then we can let the head drop. Last. And you might say to me, but Kristen, I can put my chest on the ground. Yeah, just because you can doesn't mean you should, because sometimes less is more. Sometimes you can connect to some things if you're not worried about the intensity of going so far. And if this feels intense to you as it does to me, just because all our bodies are different, you can back off here too. Notice the difference in the way your hips feel and your knees feel if you roll your knees inward a little bit and press out through your pinky toes. And press down through your heels, lift your knees slightly, press back through your thigh bones. Increase the space in the front of your body between your rib cage and your pelvis. Relax your neck. Pick up the trainer, pull through your belly, slide your shoulder blades down, your back sit up tall, and then let that trainer come back to the earth. Bring your legs in with your calves back up on top and your body to the ground. And everybody's saying, hallelujah. Bring your elbows together again. So we're going to notice the shoulder blades coming apart here, the widening of the upper back. And then as we take the elbows out to the sides with the inner arms up, we'll tuck those shoulder blades back behind and depress down away from the ears. Readjust hips, arms go out wide. Relax tongue, cheeks, neck, shoulders, ribs, hips. And then you may drop your right knee towards the ground and towards your right elbow. We already had a little bit of that in our straddle. Helps us with that movement. Take the left knee slowly on top. And then you may notice a difference if you kick your feet slightly away from your trainer, and give you more stability, or you could bring your knees up toward your right elbow, for both. Left shoulder stays grounded, maybe the head is comfortable, relaxing to the left. Decompression. What if you consider this less of a posture and more of a nap time? Being supported by any props that you add in between your knees or under your knee or under your back shoulder. Maybe a sandbag if that feels right on top. Rolling to your right side. Rolling back to your back. This would be a great time for some shavasana, some corpse pose, some final resting opportunities. Or, depending on how you're feeling, you can go right into the drills, which are coming up next. And that's the second part of the practice for session 3. Good to see you.